Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome to a bit of Simcity. Just going to do a little bit of a vlog-like thing once again, because that's sort of one of those things that I do. It's mostly done on Thursdays lately, and I think that that's a pretty good day to put these out here actually, but you know, not going to become a regular thing. I'm not going to do like vlog every Thursday, that would just be absurd. Anyway, I just wanted to start talking a little bit about the channel and what it's doing and what's going on, because there's some stuff on my mind about it, and I think the best place to sort of talk about that is, of course, on the channel. Why not? And what I want to talk about this time is networks. I don't know if you guys really know much about networks, but networks are basically just large collections of sites like mine, YouTube pages like mine, that get together and collaborate content together, or they help promote the different individual YouTubers like myself or like anyone else. And they sort of provide that service for them. They also help protect them a little bit against that sort of copyright bullshit that happens sometimes. And that's pretty much it. And one of the things that's been happening lately is that I've been getting a few calls or messages from people who do that sort of stuff from these networks, and I've been basically getting offers for network deals. Now, these aren't from major networks or anything like that. These aren't from people who sort of really have a great... these aren't from the big guys. These aren't from like Polaris or anything like that. But I don't really know much about networks. I don't really know a whole lot about like what do I need to do if I'm with one of these guys, or how are they going to change things? Are they going to change things? And all that other information. That's stuff that I don't really know about. So I kind of want to ask you guys, like, is it something that I would want to do? Is having a network a good thing? I don't really know much about them. I don't have much experience with them, so I'm wondering if any of you guys that are watching this right now happen to have experience dealing with networks, or know a little bit about them, or what they're up to, or what they do, because I'm at a bit of a loss if it's really going to be worth doing. The most recent one that I got is from a group called ETACH, which don't technically exist yet. They're actually brand new, just sort of like me. But what they're trying to offer is basically protection from all that sort of copyright strikes bullshit that's been going on lately. And that's actually something that's been pretty, like, the sword of Damocles hanging over everyone on YouTube's head, is I think how some people have put it. And it kind of is. It's like this sort of realization that at any moment it can get pulled out from under you just like that for no good reason. Now, for me, I'm not really sure if I need that. Only one video so far has been taken down for me, and that was by the BBC. I still haven't put that back up yet, but I probably actually should, in all honesty. It's just that, like, it hasn't really dramatically affected me that much lately, and I'm not sure if it ever will. Now, this isn't to say that it's never ever actually will. It could very well affect me at some point in the future, and that might end up, you know, ending the channel, and I don't really want that. But at the same time, I'm not really too concerned about that, because, like, I basically did this for fun, and I'm continuing to do this for fun, so I don't know, when you're doing this as a hobby, I'm not really sure how much you really want to have a network, or have to worry about that, because these guys still do stipulate that you have to follow certain rules that they have. They have certain things that you have to do for them or not do for them. And I'm not sure if I'm willing to listen to them when they're trying to tell me that my content has to be made in a certain way. I'd rather just continue doing what I'm doing, which is having fun when I'm playing the games that I'm playing. And I'm not sure that that they're really going to offer that. But on the other hand, I do like the fact that my channel's growing. And I think that they do also provide a real tangible opportunity for me to sort of make my channel more than what it is, sort of. And I'm not really sure how important I think that is, because, like, if you were to say that, if someone were to say to me, like, a magic genie comes along and says, Yukitsu, I could make your channel grow, 100,000 viewers overnight, I would absolutely take that. That would be really cool, like, saying that you're a channel that has that sort of viewership. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to have a really big channel if you're someone on YouTube. In fact, I think that that's sort of admirable, because it means that you care what your content is for other people. But at the same time, like, you know, how much do you have to sell your soul to get that? I mean, there is always that question. It's like, well, what are they going to take in exchange? What are they going to demand from me in exchange? Like, is it going to be worth it? And I don't really know the answer to that. So I'm hoping that whatever it is that they want, hopefully, you know, if I ever do decide I need to be protected by one of these networks, if I ever find myself in that position where I need the protection of a network to stop these sort of copyright claims happening, or if I ever need one to make sure that I'm getting the sort of viewership that you can potentially get, because I'm not going to say that they're not useful. Like, these guys can deliver, as far as I'm aware, on the promise that they can bring you more viewers. I don't really doubt them when they say that. And I think that at a certain point, maybe you're going to have to say that, you know, yeah, that would be worth getting from these guys. So I'm not really sure if I'm never going to join a network, but I'm not sure if I want to right now. It's just all very confusing to me. It's all very new. So it's something that I'm going to have to really think about. And maybe in the future I'll have a definitive answer once I know a little bit more about what they are, how they operate. But for now, you know, I'm pretty happy with the way things are right now. Like, I didn't do anything to advertise my channel. I know that a lot of people do this thing where they go from, like, all sorts of web pages, they go to different forums and all that, and they're like, come watch my YouTube channel. And it's really annoying, so I didn't do that. But I wonder if that actually is something that's useful. I wonder if those people get more views because of that. I wonder, like, if I should be doing something like that. I don't know. Like, I think from an integrity standpoint, I should not. But like, it is very hard for anybody, to go from a channel with no exposure whatsoever to one that has as many viewers as I've managed to get. Because, like, there was no reason that people really should have gone to my channel other than the fact that they end up stumbling upon it and liking it. But I mean, if you really think about it, there was much higher chances that they'd end up on someone else's channel. And I'm just sort of thankful and really lucky that people ended up on my channel and enjoying the content, and helping the channel grow in that respect. But it could have gone very differently for me. Things could have been very, very hard for me. It could have been a lot worse, and I don't know. I think that maybe even now I do still want my channel to grow more, because I mean, who doesn't want their channel to grow? Who doesn't want their channel to, that thing that they love to do, why would they not want that to be shared with more people? I think that everyone on YouTube wants their content to be shared with more people. But the question I think I really have to ask myself is, you know, what is that going to cost me? It's not worth getting more viewers if I'm not doing what I love anymore, and I'm not sure that I'm not sure what these guys are after, what they want. So it's all very new to me. It's all very confusing. Well, anyway, we're just chugging along in Simcity, in case you didn't notice. That's going to be a game that I'm going to be playing a little bit more often nowadays, I think, just because it's a game that I really have liked, actually. I know there are problems, blah, 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 all sorts of horrible things, something about Nazis, but I don't know. It doesn't actually matter that there are technical bugs for me in a lot of these games. A lot of the time when somebody says the game's like buggy to the point that it's unusable, it just doesn't really matter to me. I don't know why, because, well, for this game, for example, it actually doesn't really seem like it's affected me all that much. Where's the placed building here that it's saying I can't draw through? Okay, well, that's better. And yeah, so I'll be playing a little bit of this, but that's sort of besides the point. I should get back on sort of track here. But I'm kind of curious, though, like, the networks, for those of you wondering that sort of come by, that are actual networks, it looks like. One of them's brand new, they haven't actually started it up yet, is I've had an offer from the game network, TGN, which is actually the network that Eric Carthage is with. I've had another one from eTach, which doesn't actually exist yet, but they're brand new. They're launching in a few days apparently. I'm not really sure if they're any good or not, but they're promising to provide managed partnerships for their members, which is a really bold promise, I think. If you don't know the difference here, what I am is I'm like a free agent as far as YouTube is concerned. I have no protection. I have no rights. If I put out a video and someone doesn't like it, it doesn't matter if it's protected through fair use doctrine. They can take it down, and there's not a lot that I can do to recover that. And people are also capable of just going to my videos and taking the revenue from them, which is fine, because it's like they take the revenue from my video, they get 2 cents. Good job. The lawyer that you paid to take that 2 cents from me cost more than you're earning. Good job. But what they're offering, though, basically is protection from that. And the ability to say that you're protected by a network, I think, is a really big deal to a lot of people. And it could even be a big deal to me in the future, but it's something I'm okay with right now. I've only had one video taken down. That was by the BBC, which I think is actually really hilarious. But that aside, like, I'm not really sure how much these guys can offer for me right now. And I think it's sort of important, I think, for people like me to be careful, because there are a lot of predatory people out there. I'm not talking about in particular these networks. I don't actually know enough about them to make an informed call. It's like these guys are just out there for whatever, and they're evil assholes. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that in general principle. You should really need to be careful when someone's offering you something like this, because they're after something. And it's fair for them to be after something. It's fair for them to take something from you to offer you a service or protection in return. I'm not really saying that that's a bad thing. I think that's actually perfectly fine and legitimate. You just have to be careful about what it is that they want to take, because if it's more than you're willing to give them, you need to know that. And I don't know what these guys want to take. I don't know how much creative control I'm going to have over my own videos. I don't know how much creative control they're going to try and take from me. And all that is much more worrisome to me than like if they took 50% of my non-existent revenue. You know, that's fine. If you take 50% of nothing, you're doing fine by me. Okay, that's wonderful. You've done something very tragically inept. But that aside, like there is sort of that question in the back of my mind, like, these guys are definitely after something. That's fair. But is it something I'm willing to give them? I don't know. There's not a lot of transparency going on here. There's not a whole lot that they're willing to explain to me. And I find that worrisome. So I've been kind of not going along with this yet. But maybe I will. Maybe I'll join the network and maybe it'll work out fine. But I just can't find out enough information about most of these guys to know if it's worth joining up to them. Because, I mean, you typically aren't allowed to talk too much about these sort of guys, a little bit like what they allow, what they offer, what their rules and stipulations and so forth are. Like, it's just not really something that I think that people are allowed to talk about all that much. But on the other hand, like, it's information that I feel like I would need to know. And I try and do careful research whenever I get an offer like this. But I just haven't been getting the information I need to know to make these decisions. So I've been saying no to them. And, you know, I think it's a good time to ask you guys, like, if you've had any experiences with them, if you know about any guys who have had, like, a really positive or a really negative experience with these guys. Because, like, I think it's a good opportunity for me. I think the fact that they're willing to offer that sort of thing to me is a real opportunity. I think that if I wanted to make this channel grow, and I do, that is a potential path for me to take, and it would put me at ease on a lot of things that I do here, because, like, I do a lot of Let's Play content that is really sort of on the edge of what is legal and what is not legal, and it's important that I'm always sort of aware that I can't always get away with doing the video that I necessarily want to do, or if I do the video I want to do, someone else is going to take the credit for my hard work, and that's fine. I don't really mind that all that much. It's just, you have to be careful, both with YouTube and with And with these networks, I'm not going to say that they're evil. I'm just going to say that you should still be careful with them, I think, in my opinion, even though I've got very limited experience with them. And, hopefully what I'll find out is that these guys, well, even if I find out these guys are really great for me, and if they turn out to be like perfect match made in heaven or something like that, I'm not really sure if I would go for it to any real serious degree, because, I mean, I don't mind doing things the way I've been doing them. Typically, what happens is like, you'll get a channel like mine, and they'll go around and they'll go to other people's channels and they'll be bothering them and saying, hey, can you watch my channel, blah, 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 and everyone gets like irritated and you get marked as spam. Or you go to like a forum and say, hey, watch my videos. I've done a little bit of that where it's like I'm on the forum already anyway, and they're asking about how to do a specific thing, and I'm like, okay, well, you do it like this, and I made a video of it so that it's better demonstrated. I do that, but I mean, I haven't done anything at all to grow my video except make my content as good as it possibly could. And that's brought in a lot of people. I'm not going to lie, I'm really happy with the results I've had. Just doing that. And I think maybe I don't need a network. Maybe staying the course would be the better idea. Maybe continuing on with what I've been doing, continuing on saying, okay, well, here's the content. I've done the best I can. I hope you enjoy it. I think that is actually maybe the best I can do right now. Maybe that's sort of the best offer I can give you guys. Maybe that's the best anything anybody can offer to me. That could very well be true. I'm not really sure. It's a really confusing moment in this channel's life, I think, for me, because there's so many different opportunities, and I'm so small right now that there's still a lot of time that I can take to maneuver, to grow, to identify myself, and to create an identity for this channel. And that makes it all very sort of exciting and interesting, but also a little bit, scary. It's a little bit odd. It's a little bit unknown, things going on that I just are out of my realm of understanding. So, yeah, I'm hoping that everything will work out in the end, but who knows? It might not. Hopefully, well, regardless of what, this goes on as far as that, I'm going to still be here. Like, this channel is not going anywhere. Even if, like, I join some sort of network and it turns out that they're, like, scum or something, I can always burn the channel down and start another one. Like, what's important is not the channel name, the brand, or anything like that. Like, I would love to stick with this channel as long as possible, but, like, ultimately, if some jerk network decided that they wanted to steal all my content and my identity and my name, I would probably just let them, and I would probably just start a new channel, start from scratch, start all over again, and that's fine. I mean, I would still get to do the thing that I love to do, and I would still get to produce the content I want, and that's what's important. So hopefully it won't ever come to that, but I mean, it's still why you want to be careful. Well, hopefully you all sort of get what I'm saying here about why I'm sort of in the dark about all this, and why I'm sort of anxious about all this, because this is all very different. This is all very, very new to me, all very interesting, and I hope that I make the right decision, I make the right call, and if I do decide to join a network, that it's with someone that I can really grow to trust. Like, I don't think I can trust, like, the ones that have offered me deals so far, just because, like, TGN, I don't think I've seen very many content producers for them. The only one I really know that's sort of doing okay for himself is Eric Carthage. And I'm not sure how much he doesn't really promote the network at all. He just has the little thing at the beginning. They don't really even promote him either, so I'm not really sure what value they are. It doesn't seem like a lot, but there's him, and then every other channel I checked out on there is doing really quite poorly. Like I am doing, they're doing. I shouldn't say it. They're doing okay. They're doing like I am doing, but they're doing it with the help of a network. And I mean, if you've got the backing of something like that, you should be able to do way better than I am. And a lot of them, have like 100 views per video like I do, or they've got like they've got like 15 subs, and I don't know if that is an indication of the quality of the network, or if it's just because their registration process allows for that sort of thing to happen. I don't really know, and it's something I can't really trust them on because of it. And similarly, like Etach, those guys, they've got a really nice vision. I support what they're doing. They're saying that they want to protect YouTubers from the sort of predatory practices that you see going on, and I think that's a really cool thing. I think that's a really great idea. I just don't know if that makes them right for me, because like who knows? They could be. They're perfectly brand new. It might turn out that they just have no capability to do what they were promising, because what they're promising requires sort of protection, and I'm not really sure if that's something that they can successfully do. I'm not sure if they can fight somebody who's trying to put a claim on something. I don't know if they've got the sort of clout to do that, and that sort of makes it worrisome. Like, are they really worth going into? They're currently saying that if you join in, you can back out at any time. That sounds great in theory, but I don't know like how long that they intend to keep it like that. That might not be the case forever. They might not find that sustainable, and I wouldn't blame them if they did find that unsustainable. So who knows? Maybe that winds up being more like other networks that are less scrupulous because they can't afford to continue on with their policy. And I mean, like what they're offering is a managed partnership, which means that if you do something illegal, they are supposed to crack down on you. YouTube will not crack down on you. Your video will not get taken down by YouTube. It gets taken down by the network after the network reviews it. And if the network reviews it and finds that it follows proper copyright law, you won't have your video taken down by the network, and they're going to have to fight for that to stay up if someone else has put a claim on it. And if that happens to me as it currently stands, my video just gets taken down. There's no fighting it. There's nothing I can do about it. It just goes down. And that's pretty much sort of the way things are right now. If I got that deal, I could put out videos that I would otherwise be too nervous to put out. The question is, like, can they really enforce that? I'm not sure they can, because there are a lot of YouTubers out there who just, like, for example, put out video full on, like, the whole movie Avatar or whatever. I don't really know movies all that well. Like, there are people who are willing to do that and monetize it and all that other stuff. And some of these people get in networks. Some networks actually are nothing but people who do that. And those guys are sort of making the whole game harder for everybody else like me, which is really just sort of scummy, but they do it anyway. It's just sort of the way things are. And because of that, I'm worried that if they're an entire network that's protecting everyone that's in it, they're going to have a lot of people who are going to be trying some awfully scummy stuff under the sort of assumption that they're going to have the backing of those guys, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't really know if people are going to have sort of the integrity as content producers, to use that sort of system appropriately. Hopefully they will, but that's not a guarantee. Like, a hope is never a guarantee. And I'm not sure if that makes it right for me, if I've got that sort of worry about it. It might not be. I don't know, though. I'll look more into it. If you guys have any experience or comments about it, do tell me about it, because I would really like to know. That's all information that I think would be fantastic for me to hear about. And I think that it would, be nice to know what sort of crap's going on out there. Because right now it's just not a lot of information for a person like me as far as that goes. Why'd I build a freight thing? There we go. And here we go. Anyway, yeah, so I think that's everything I really want to talk about. Something I've sort of been really long-winded and babbly about, but it's something I'm really concerned about. It's something that's really sort of exciting and new, but potentially really catastrophically dangerous. I don't want to jump into it head first, because for all I know, there's sharks down there. And if it turns out that there are, it would really just sort of like the big thing that I have to acknowledge is it would probably kill my enthusiasm for the challenge if channel if like I ended up in a situation where all my content was getting taken by some asshole corporation, and like they were putting all these arbitrary restrictions on what I could or could not do that I don't believe I have to follow by or abide by. But for now, you know, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to assume that I've made the right choice. I feel like I have. I feel as though it was the right choice for me to turn down these networks, to stay independent, to risk YouTube doing another mass takedown, because this mass takedown, they took it out in one video, which I forgot to redo, so I'll go do that later today. But yeah, if you think that I'm making a terrible mistake and like I should really be doing something different, go ahead and tell me in the comments below. I'm really interested to know more about these networks and what they do, what they're like, if they've been good to you guys or if they've been bad to you guys. Anyway, I hope you found this rambly long thing. I guess I don't know if you'd find it entertaining or educational, but I hope you enjoyed it. And I would really appreciate any feedback, and as always, I hope to see you all next time.